All right, good morning, guys. 9:07 a.m. here on the East Coast. And what I want to talk about, very short video. I just finished training about morning discipline. I share it so much, but I never know who's watching, who hasn't seen it before, and also how many times we need to hear something, whether it's for your training, whether it's for life, business, anything in your life. Sometimes it doesn't hit home right away. So this morning I woke up at 6:30. I met up with Matt and his videographer, producer, Chris, at 7:15 a.m. We got breakfast. We, talked a little shop, talked a little bit of life. And then we spoke about, we mapped out how we're going to release this seminar that we recorded. And it was pretty awesome because we created this timeline, this map, if you will, of how I begin training the youth athletes, how I take them through these 3 different levels to prepare them for the highest level of sport they want to be involved in. College tends to be the majority. And then Matt took it from there about the competing to win at the highest levels, where you're not veering from the plan, where the training plan is 4 days a week and you're fully capable, not just physically, but also mentally, psychologically. And it was just real powerful how there was this perfect segue between him and I, from that youth athlete to an athlete that wants to compete beyond college, in college, international competitors, and pro athletes. So with Matt's experience training guys who are in the NFL or prepping to the NFL, and my experiences at the Division I level, or the athletes here who go on to college, it was really cool to see it kind of get mapped out. I almost felt like, wow, this is like Russia, right? They had a plan. They didn't have, one guy, his ego is so big, he tells those kids, don't train here, don't train there. It was a coming together of brains that allowed people, it was a coming together of brains that would allow people to do what's best for the kids. Now, it's 9 a.m. I'm done with my work. I got my morning Strong Life Insider email out this morning. I returned emails, returned Instagram messages, and got work done, both work and health. And I think when you wake up early, when you wake up early, you have that edge. It gives you a mental edge. As Mark Bell says, you're putting points up on the scoreboard, and that builds momentum for you. So when you wake up early and do work versus wake up early and watch other people do work, scroll through Facebook, scroll through Instagram, no good. How can you take this video, your time that you're investing here, and take action with it? That's the key. Now, certainly there are times where you're just chilling out, like last night, just watching a movie, chilling out with my wife. But there's times where, there's my man Angel. This guy's a serious action taker. I love this guy. There's times where you want to do a bit of a self-audit and say, I'm just waving to everybody here, and say, okay, am I watching other people do their work? And do I need to get my work done? So a lot of different instances for people there, but I just found that if you're not where you want to be, it's because you're watching other people do what they want to do. And I'll be posting a video later on the Instagram where I said, be better than the competition. But here's the kicker. The competition is not the other people. As soon as you start comparing yourself to other people, it's like you automatically lose because you never feel any sense of victory. There's my man, Corporal Francis. So be better than who you were yesterday. Be better than who you were 5 minutes ago. So the discipline is the ticket. And of course, the discipline increases when you're in the right environment. So yesterday, the great people that came out to the seminar, it was inspiring for everybody. We began to feel this sense of togetherness where it's like, okay, we are the hard chargers and this is the normal. But when you're not around other hard chargers, you feel awkward that you're so fired up to get things done. So if you're faltering on your discipline, your environment has to change. The place you train out of has to change. Just like when I was younger, I I just searched all of Central and North Jersey for a great gym until I finally found Diamond Gym, and I said, this is my place. This is the training facility. This is the environment and the atmosphere that's going to take me to the next level. Little did I know that that gym would also change my life, and it shaped the way I run the Underground Strength Gym, the intensity and the atmosphere and the environment. So being around Matt, it just was like, okay, it's not just who we're around during the seminar, it's who you work with. And that's where power comes. Team up with the right people where you're complementary to one another and you can work great. My buddy Chris Perilli, him and I are going to be releasing the Strong Life Experience videos. They will also be bonus footage for those that come to the Strong Life Experience in Boston. So those of you that are coming to Boston, you'll get the recordings of the guest coaches from the first one. So you won't feel like you missed anything. You'll be, you'll be on top of the world, baby. So that's it, guys. Wake up early. Be better than who you were yesterday. Be better than who you were 5 minutes ago. Change your environment. Who are you hanging out with? What are the places, where are the places that you're training? And sometimes these things have to be done virtually. There's the man, Don Devaney, the Spartan beast himself. And we're in that world now where it's okay. Like there's been times in my life where I was like, all right, I don't really have friends that I feel I connect with. And that's how, in my early years, I began feeling my comfort and confidence in what I was doing, because virtually I was hanging out with the right people, like Alan Cosgrove, who mentored me, Ryan Lee, who mentored me. So instead of finding, what's up, Corporal? Instead of, finding an excuse about it, opportunity is everywhere for us, and me giving you this reminder is the same as me giving myself the reminder. So when people message me and say, hey, I needed that message, I say, guess what? I needed my own message. And I like to share that with you because I don't want anybody to think that it's smooth sailing for people. This week alone, I've seen 2 strength coaches announce on Facebook that after 9 or 11 years or 12 years of owning a business, they're shutting it down. They're moving on. They said they're just too stressed out and they want to take care of their own health. Hey, Jill, what's up? I just saw your dad who hooked me up with the Godfather physical education lesson plans. I know you don't want me to compliment your father too much, but he's my guy. And you just got to know that those tough times, if you're in the right environment, the tough times pass. You have a support system, or you have people giving you ideas and helping you get through it. I mean, think about when you were a kid, any great book that you read, the hero never had smooth sailing. The hero overcame obstacles. And what do I always say? Obstacles are opportunity in hiding. That's it. Have an awesome Sunday. The new Strong Life podcast is up on iTunes. I posted that Friday morning around 6 a.m. after I recorded it in the morning, up at 5 on a weekday. And the next Strong Life Experience is coming too. Shut this door before the train comes by. Strong Life Experience is coming to Boston. Those of you who come to Boston, you will get the recordings of the guest coaches who spoke at the first one. We had Quattro Deuce and his wife. Quattro Deuce, the 42nd Black active Navy SEAL. What an amazing man. Just thinking about him and his wife, Andrea, you mention their names and you want to be a better person. My man Chris Perilli spoke amazing about how he overcame obstacles and the tough time that happened in his life during 9/11, which was an amazing story. Doug Kachijian, who's a doctor of physical therapy, spoke about how he came out to New York City and had a whole, full-time job lined up. Things fell through, and how him and 2 of his classmates that were going through doctoral PT school came together and created their business. And then my man Ben Krimis, a very under-the-radar guy who has 8 or 9 facilities and is basically 90 or 80% hands-off. He stops in here and there once in a while. He pretty much works remotely. And he gave the basis of how to grow your gym business. It was just super powerful times. We did a Q&A at the end. But this next Strong Life Experience has my man Joe DeSena from Spartan Race. He's the founder of Spartan Race. And CJ Murphy, 20 years gym owner in Boston, one of the top 10 gyms in America, ranked by Men's Health. Awesome guy. And Strong Life Experience is about getting that mental edge and overcoming your obstacles, turning them into opportunities. I'll actually post a link in the comments of this video. Have a great day, guys. I hope you have an awesome day. Make it happen. Own the day. Peace.